The next part of our trip was visiting the dakhme of the Zoroastrians. Here is a place that the Zoroastrians buried their dead bodies, I think. I can't say. It is strange, I think. This man, Mr. Muhammad Hussein, has explained for us about the bodies. The Zoroastrians put the dead bodies there, over there, and then the birds came to eat the dead bodies. I have forgotten the name of the birds, but in Persian they say karkas.
میومدن مجبور بودن حداقل یک شب اینجا بمونن، کما اینکه گفته میشه تا 3 روز میموندن. چرا؟ چون باورشون بود که روح تا 3 روز در کنار جسم میمونه و روز 4 بوده که متولی اینجا رو بهش میگن نسا. نسا به معنی مرده. این کلمه
Of course, keep in mind that this small monument is a water reservoir that provides water for the dwellings of those who accompanied the dead. And this is the house where the Nessa Salar lived with his family, and because he was in contact with the dead bodies, he was not allowed to go to the village or be around other people. Look at them. They are like little children. My friends. My old friends. I love all of them. This is one of the houses where those who accompanied the dead would rest for 3 nights. The architecture of these houses is truly stunning. Here you can see the roof of the water reservoir as well as the wind deflectors that were used to keep the water cool. Well, after a very delicious lunch at a traditional restaurant, we headed toward the Jame Mosque of Yazd. The height and beauty of this building, especially considering its color contrast with the surrounding structures, was very striking. Our guide explained that the tiles of this monument were made one by one and then fitted together like puzzle pieces, which is a very difficult task requiring great precision. To enter the mosque, we had to wear a chador, the Islamic covering for women. We were worried that these chadors might not be clean, but shortly after, these very chadors ended up helping us take some interesting photos. After visiting the mosque, it was time for an afternoon coffee. The coffee, known as Yazdi coffee, is actually a type of Turkish coffee with some special condiment added, and it is very sweet.
آزاده خوده
بیچاره آزاده.
همیشه من مظلوم
آقا قهوه یزدی، قهوه سنتی یزد، به سلامتی گلشینم. آقا به سلامتی، سوختم. The final stage of our tour today was visiting the traditional neighborhood of Yazd called Fahadan. The structure you see in the photo is called a sabat. Mr. Hemmati explained to us that a sabat is a covered alley that protects the passengers from the hot sun. Also, part of the houses of the neighborhood's residents extends over the alley. Some of the alleys in the neighborhood are so narrow that they are known as the Alley of Quarrel and Reconciliation. This means that when people pass through these alleys, even if they are upset with each other, they are forced to kiss each other and make up. This building is known as Alexandre Prison, though our guide explained that there is no evidence providing it was actually a prison, and it has had other uses throughout history.
قبل از اینکه بریم سراغ داستان‌های بعدی ببینید ارتفاع گنبد از تیز کرکت بنا چقدره.
The hotel's hearty and delicious breakfast, as always, was accompanied by our long chats and conversations. And after that, we walked to visit the traditional neighborhoods of Yazd. A little later, I separated from my friends to head along toward the Fahadan neighborhood and the Jame Mosque. Yesterday I went here and I was passing by this place with my friends. I loved this coffee shop. Now I want to go inside and drink a coffee. Desert tour started with an exciting and fun motor ride, and then we climbed the sand dunes to take photos and enjoy the views. Sunset, we gathered around a beautiful fire and started singing and dancing. Our desert tour ended with dancing and fireworks. On the last day of the trip, we, the residents of Tehran, said goodbye to the residents of Mashhad and Shiraz and went together to a cafe to have coffee and lunch.
چیکارم داری؟ آخ چرا میزنی به من؟ بچه جان سرت درد میگیره. بچه نکن دردم اومد. این چی میخواد از من؟ خوشش نیومد رفت. دید من به دردش نمیخورم رفت.
My friend Shura and I went up the staircase in this old house while the rest of our friends were sitting in the courtyard waiting for coffee. And after having coffee, we went to the train station to return to Tehran. It was truly an adventurous trip. به امید دیدار.